Mossad chief Stalked threatened ICC prosecutor over war crimes probe report. I mean, I wouldn't put anything past the Mossad. You got to remember, these people are the same people that kill children and don't even care. I mean, oh, it's so disgusting. I always say that Israel, along with China, are two of the most racist countries in the world, I believe. And Israel is so terrible, and what they're doing to these women and children is disgusting. And it hurts me that Christians are actually caping for what's going on in Gaza. It's just disgusting. It's just totally antithetical to the Bible, and people try to argue from the Bible point of view, which is totally ridiculous. But I'm digressing. But of course, Mossad will threaten and stalk the ICC prosecutor. She's a black woman, and so they can, if they'll kill kids. Of course, they don't care anything about this black ICC prosecutor. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. Has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. All right, so let's talk about this news here. This comes from Zero Hedge's Tyler Durden. He reports that a new bombshell investigation undertaken jointly by The Guardian and Plus 972 Mag has revealed that the head of Mossad conducted surveillance on the chief prosecutor of the International Criminal Court related to her opening a formal investigation into alleged Israel war crimes. I love alleged war crimes. We all know they're committed. Everyone that's paying attention know what they're doing. But again, you got people that's caping for them, and it's sickening to me. Sickening. I don't understand, man. But the ICC prosecutor Fatou Bensouda had opened a formal inquiry in 2021 to examine years of allegations of human rights abuse and war crimes against Palestinians committed by Israel's military. I watch True News, and on True News, they used to show all the time. Every Friday, they would show the Israeli military shooting a kid. It's video, a footage, like a kid. They just shooting kids. One kid did throw a rock, but that don't, just because someone throw a rock don't mean you gun them down. But it's crazy, and they've been doing this for years, and the United States has been turning a blind eye to it. But the joint investigation found that then Mossad director Yossi Cohen used tactics to monitor her that amounted to stalking. Bensouda at one point was reportedly directly threatened with one eyewitness accounting saying that Cohen told Bensouda, quote, "You should help us and let us take care of you. You don't want to be getting into things that could compromise your security or that of your family." Wow, straight up threaten. I mean, if that's not a threat, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. It appeared to be a spy op ordered from the highest levels in order to protect the Israeli government international reputation and standing, as well as to oversee damage control. According, good on her for sticking to her guns, because she still went to the court and filed that thing. She's still prosecuting Israel. So good on her for standing up to these bullies. And that's exactly what they are. They bullies. And then when you call them out on it, they call you anti-Semitic and all these other tropes, and try to say that you calling them tropes. I mean, it's disgusting work, man. It's disgusting work. That's why Israel lost all credibility with the majority of the people. But according to the Guardian report, another Israeli source briefed on the operation against Bensouda said that the Mossad objective was to compromise the prosecutor or enlist her as someone who would cooperate with Israel's demands. They do this all the time. Look at our churches. Look how they infiltrated our churches. And we got churches that's caping for Israel, and you don't even hear the name of Jesus anymore, but you will hear Israel. It's crazy to me. But a third source familiar with the operation said Cohen was acting as Netanyahu's unofficial manager. Wow. But the threats and tactics didn't work. Given that Bensouda's successor, Karim Khan, pushed through an ICC arrest warrant for the Israeli Prime Minister and his defense chief, which came this month based on the investigation Bensouda set in motion. That's what I'm saying. According to a particularly damaging section in the Guardian report, they say one individual briefed on Cohen's activities said he used despicable tactics against Bensouda as part of an ultimately unsuccessful effort to intimidate and influence her. They liken her behavior to stalking. Liken his behavior, to stalking. The Mossad also took a keen interest in Bensouda's family members and obtained transcripts and secret recordings of her husband. Wow! According to two sources with direct knowledge of the situation, Israeli officials then attempted to use the material to discredit the prosecutor. They went after her family, went after her husband, secretly recorded her husband. Nasty work. Nasty, disgusting work, man. I mean, this is just wild. This is just wild. This was part of what many are calling a decade-long covert war waged from the shadows by Israeli intelligence agencies against the Hague-based ICC. Going back years, this created some degree of paranoia within the ICC prosecution division. There were fears that Israeli intelligence employed assets there and were able to secretly influence decision-making. The Guardian details further. Does that not sound like exactly what they do here in the United States? How they infiltrated our government, infiltrated our, and yes, I'm saying infiltrated our churches. It's all about Israel instead of being about Jesus and the churches. It's all about Israel instead of being about America and our government. Why do you think that is? But according to two sources, there were even suspicions among senior ICC officials that Israel had cultivated sources within the court's prosecution division, known as the Office of the Prosecutor. Another later recalled that although the Mossad didn't leave a signature, it was an assumption the agency was behind some of the activity officials had been made aware of. Only a small group of senior figures at the ICC, however, were informed that the director of the Mossad had personally approached the chief prosecutor. That, again, it is so scary. I couldn't imagine those Mossad coming to me and threatening me like that. Wow, and she stood her ground. Stood her ground, man. Let's give her a round of applause for that, y'all. Issued a strong statement condemning all attempts to impede, intimidate, or improperly influence the officials. And someone named Arnaud Bertrand, he posted on X absolutely incredible article revealing that the head of Mossad personally threatened the physical safety of the ICC prosecutor and her family. You don't want to be getting into things that could compromise your security or that of your family. In light of the new Guardian and plus 972 mag reports, this latest warning is being widely viewed as in part referencing the past history of Mossad stalking tactics. Pressure on a political level had also intensified against the Hague court in the weeks leading up to and after its announcing the arrest warrant for Netanyahu and Gallant. Journalist and ex-Green Beret Jack Murphy commented on the revelation by saying of the lead up to October 7, quote, now we know that Israeli intelligence was busy doing, now we know what Israeli intelligence was busy doing instead of monitoring Hamas. That's right. They were too busy threatening people that was going to call out them on their bull crap, and they can't have that. They can't mess up their perception, so they had to go in and intimidate this woman. But let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.